spirit.
She did have a sweet spirit, didn't she?
I didn't know her, but so someone says. Thanks for the sunspot.
Lisa.
What?
Shall we begin our walk and talk?
Yes.
Cool.
Cool.
First ever walk and talk.
First ever walk and talk.
That we've tried.
Yeah.
We did a drive and talk once.
We did.
A little bit of, you know, a nice scenery to maybe entertain while we talk about pretty much, I mean, I talk about mostly nonsense, I would say, in this part of the video. So.
Yeah, walk and talk.
So walk and talk, let's talk about, you know, we kind of decided to make it casual today because we had a pretty casual day, as you could say, on Siesta Beach, day 2.
Oh, yes, we did. I wish I had.
Oh, you're talking about actually today.
Actual today.
Today we actually did a lot
of
yard work, so that wasn't too casual. But
yeah.
What you saw was pretty laid back. The fog came in once again.
It kind of stayed overnight.
Yeah, it's true.
So when we returned in the
Never
morning,
really went away.
Yeah, it was sitting on the beach still, but it was fun to explore again in the fog and Siesta Beach, you know, pulling all the stops. They were,
Yeah.
they had a tractor like sweeping the beach, so
Oh
we
yeah.
got to experience
That's
the
cool.
fluffiness.
It was like the what's that thing in the ice rink that the big
Zamboni.
Zamboni.
Yeah.
Wow, nice. You should
Yeah.
play more Scrabble. The biggest thing for me that I want to touch on here is up until Siesta. Well, I guess kind of where are we going here?
We're gonna go out here.
Okay. Okay.
We're back.
Cool. Siesta was one of the first places that when we got to, I kind of felt the momentum of the trip starting to sink in, and it was just, by that I mean, it was kind of like every day we were going to like a different park. Sometimes we would go to multiple parks. And so I remember the first day at Siesta sitting on the beach and being like,
I don't want to leave.
well, my first thing was like, okay, I guess we got to go somewhere else now. But there was a hesitation that made me stop, and I was like, oh, maybe we should just stay at Siesta for a little bit.
Yeah.
Which led to us.
Which is obvious. I mean, we're at a beautiful beach. It's the #1 beach in the world sometimes, so.
Right.
No, America.
It's the #1 beach in America?
I think there was a huge sign there that said like,
I'm sure every beach says
#1 beach in America.
All right. We decided to move out of the middle of the windy field. We can continue to walk now, maybe though. Maybe. Hopefully the audio is okay for you guys. We're trying out a new setup. We're experimenting a little bit to hopefully bring you guys better videos in the future. So bear with us. But so anyways, we were talking about our great time at Siesta Beach. How long did we end up staying at Siesta Beach? Do you remember?
So we're on day 2.
See that little guy?
No,
Get off me. They are. We were definitely walking in tick territory.
Okay, so we're on day 2 of our trip to Siesta Beach.
Yeah.
And we end up staying there actually 6 days.
Oh boy. Here. Can you hold this?
Mm-hmm. Woo.
Want to walk a little bit?
Jacked!
Get jacked.
Is it rolling?
It's rolling.
Okay, we're rolling. Alright. Well, I don't know if I'm strong enough, but we'll try.
So we didn't see the drum circle today. It's hard to remember what happened on what day. Like I was surprised that there was fog there the second day.
Yes.
I didn't really remember that because we made such a big deal about the fog on the first day, and then there's just fog right there the second day. Just as cool.
The footage very far ahead. We worked ahead on the footage.
We haven't been parsing through it as.
Ow.
See, the sticks. I mean, really, the point is though. Each day of looking for James isn't going to be some crazy huge like monumental location like the Everglades or even like the first day of Siesta Beach. And really that's one of the points of looking for James is you can find James pretty much anywhere. Any
day, anywhere. It's kind of just...
We found James the second day of Siesta, and also as we're here walking on this wonderful path. That is being patrolled by government officials in the sky. Where is he?
Should we tell them about James? Because we did meet
Should
James.
we tell them about the actual James?
The actual James. We did meet James at Siesta Beach.
A very specific James.
Yeah.
Who actually inspired, obviously, the name. But also a lot of the meaning behind the name. I think James is probably deserves an episode or something devoted entirely to himself. But I think for now, it's best to just gather who James is and what James is through, you know, context clues and stuff. It's like trying to figure out the definition to a word. One of my favorite English teachers always told me, you can figure out a lot with just context clues. See, like who's holding the camera right now? You might not know entirely, but through context clues, you could maybe figure it out. Anyways, enough about context clues.
Yeah, so James...
What? Are you talking about James still?
I didn't know if we could set that down for a second.
Good. So why'd you stop us here, Lisa? Did you want to talk about James?
No.
Do you feel like we should talk about James? Do you feel like we should?
I don't have to. It was just funny because yesterday Olivia was like, Lisa, can I ask you like what James is or whatever? No, yesterday Olivia was like, hey, can I ask you, you know, what's James? Who's James? What is
Olivia, who is
a friend of mine. And I was like, yeah, I can tell you. You know, James is this guy that we met around Siesta Beach. He wasn't at the actual beach.
Yeah.
And he just...
Around the same time that we discovered Siesta Beach,
yeah.
we ran into James.
And he was an awesome person. Like, he was offering us so much more than he could even... probably should be offering. You know, his food and stuff to us, and we were kind of like exchanging things back and forth, and he was telling us stories and like places to go, and just, you know, was very genuine in everything he said to us, and it was refreshing. It was like the type of, you know, what everyone says, the type of experiences you want to.
Sorry. Yeah, James was a guy who was kind of living in his van, similar to us. Although you could tell James didn't really have much, but he had a lot, and he might not have had a lot of material wealth, but he was living a full life, and he was willing to share that with everybody. He was an awesome spirit, and like we said, we kind of hung out with him around the same time that we were at Siesta Beach, and he really just embraced what it was that we were going for, and it's not, and we're not trying to come across as some sort of like unfulfilled treasure hunters here. We're like looking for James, like we're gonna go find it, and until we get there, we can't be fulfilled in life. Because I guess I just want to make this distinction if we're talking about James right now, because there might be some people that are still kind of questioning the entire motives behind it.
Oh, no, I see that. Like
we talked about earlier on the path, the whole point is that James is everywhere, and all you have to do is just be wherever you are, and really pay attention wherever you're at, and look at all the beauty that lies naturally and wherever you're at. And so really, if you're wanting to look to the future of looking for James, that's what we're going to be doing, is we're going to be living our life and being grateful for everything that we've been given, and everything that's here right now, and bringing that to you guys and showing it to you in a way that hopefully inspires you to go out there and do the same if you're not already. I mean, I'm sure some of you have already gotten it, and you've gotten it many years ago. We're just documenting our journey as we discover more and more you know, great places and experiences to have. So yeah, that's James, right? You'll find out more. I wish we would have. We
have no recordings of James. Like,
we don't.
We had so much fun. Like, one night, you know, we sat there and talked to him for like 45 minutes, and we got back to the van, we're like, oh shoot, like
just to give a little bit more context, James actually was at a Walmart that we were staying at, because we would sleep at the Walmart when we were staying at Siesta Beach, because Siesta Beach they weren't open 24 hours. They were closed from like midnight to 6 in the morning. So we would go to Walmart from midnight to 6, basically, park there, sleep a little bit, wake up a little groggy, go to Siesta, and then just stay the whole day. There's we got a great spot that I think you'll probably see more of in the next video, and we just found the prime spot on the beach, and we were able to get it every single day after that. Pretty much we were officially beach bums.
We were.
But James was at the Walmart, and he would kind of go and do his thing during the day and then come back, and we would kind of reconvene there. I didn't really ask about his I didn't ask about his personal life too much, because honestly it wasn't what was most important really when we were interacting.
It wasn't what he wanted to talk about, and he was like asking us lots of questions and just, you know, excited to just like chat with people.
yeah, he's a great guy. Fun. So obviously, because you know, we named our adventures after him.
Yeah, our
so
channel
there you go. Shout out to James.
Yeah.
James, I'm gonna still look for you. We're coming back to Siesta and we're gonna look, and if we find you, I'm gonna grab you and I'm gonna put you behind this camera if you'll have me.
If you'll have.
All right. Well, that is probably the end of the day.
Yeah.
Probably start heading back here. You want
I
to?
gotta sit down.
gotta-
I gotta go.
Lisa's got to go. But we hope that you enjoyed today, and we hope you enjoy your day wherever you're at, whatever you're doing. And we look forward to seeing you guys in the next episode, which will be. Do you know where we were at after day 2 of
We were
Siesta?
still at Siesta.
Oh, okay, cool. We're beach bumming it next episode. We'll see you there.
Bye.
Peace.